Do you really need a pop filter? You're telling me that this flimsy piece of fabric is gonna transform my vocal recordings? Wait, really? They will? Pop filters are the mesh screens you often see in front of microphones when recording vocals, but do you really even need them? In this video, I'll use live vocal recordings with and without a pop filter to answer that question. And if you're new to recording, the answer might not be what you expect. I'm Matty, your maestro of music production, and let's discover if you really need a pop filter. Before hopping into our live sound comparison, we'll have to understand why people even use pop filters in the first place. Here's the thing, microphones pick up sound differently than our ears. Because we're so close to a microphone when we record, two parts of our speech and singing get emphasized more than others. Those are sibilants and plosives. Sibilants is the high-pitched s sound that comes from words like Sally, sells, sea, shells, and too much of it can be piercing on a vocal track. Plosives are the p and b sounds, or the short explosive burst of air that come from our voice, like in Peter Piper picked peppers. Pop filters are designed to help with those problems. The mesh screen will take the sibilants and plosives and help break up the sound before it reaches the microphone. The thought is that these pop filters increase the clarity and the detail of the voice by reducing the sibilants and plosives. But is that true? Let's actually test that theory out with some live vocals. For this demonstration, I've written two songs that utilize both sibilants, plosive, and normal words. I'll show both the unprocessed vocal track and the processed vocal track so you can hear the difference. All of the processing on these vocals were done with one click using stock plugins from my vocal preset pack, Vocal Magic 1, link in the description. I'll play the non-pop filter part and the pop filter part back to back so you can really compare them.
She said something about it, but I know she's been known to lie. She told me come back to my place. She said she could make my day if I made up my mind.
Take two without.
She said something about it, but I know she's been known to lie. She told me come back to my place. She said she can make my day if I make up my mind.
Now notice the difference that you hear on the S's and the B's especially. Those are the plosives and the sibilants. Now it may be subtle, especially for this example, but all of these small subtleties added together will equal an amazing sounding track. If you like what you're hearing so far, hit the like button. And while you're down there, go introduce yourself to the subscribe button. We make videos like this every week. Alright people, hopefully you can hear the difference. The pop filter filters the high-end sounds and plosives so the recording is more detailed and clear. That's not to say that the non-pop filter part was completely unusable, but in my opinion, the pop filter one sounds better. The biggest culprits and plosives from the non-pop filter part can be edited out by hand, but that takes a lot of time. You might as well get it right from the beginning. If you don't have a pop filter, here are some alternatives you can use in a pinch. Angle your mic. Some sibilants and plosives can be negated by turning your mic at a downward angle. Don't overdo this, but this can help get rid of some of those unpleasant bursts down the line.
She said something about it, but I know she's been known to lie. She said, come back to my place. She said, I can make your day if you make up your mind.
Use some pantyhose and coat hanger. Now, I don't have pantyhose nor a wire coat hanger, but this will work 99% the same as a normal pop filter. I mean, it even looks the same. Bonus points if you attach it to the mic stand instead of holding it. If you like the processing I did on those vocal parts I recorded, go check out my vocal preset pack, Vocal Magic 1. You'll be able to achieve the same processing sounds with just one click. And the last thing you can do to record a normal vocal take without a pop filter is just go through by hand and get rid of the sibilant parts and plosives by turning them down. This is the most time consuming, but it also gives you the most control. So after all that, let's answer the question, do you really need a pop filter? And the answer is, it depends. Exciting, I know. If you've got a singer who sings their S's especially overemphasized or their plosives really hard into the mic, then a pop filter would be a great choice to use. But if you're singing a vocal line and there aren't any real plosives or or sibilants and your singer can control themselves, you might not need one. I personally always have one on my condenser mics. It saves me the time of going through and editing any extra parts. And if you record a lot, I'd recommend doing the same. Go check out Vocal Magic 1 in the description below, and also go check out this video I made on how to properly record yourself singing right up here.